That is fantastic. That is fantastic. We got a lot of work to do. We need everybody down so we can get this started. We're not going to take no for an answer. We want full equality, right? And I'm sure all of you are sharing those emotions. I'm incredibly happy that the 18,000 lesbian and gay couples that got married, their marriages were allowed to stand by the Supreme Court's decision. I'm also saddened and disappointed that my fiance and I, and thousands of lesbian and gay couples who want to get married, will also not be able to get married because of the Supreme Court's decision today. But you know what? I'm also energized because what this ruling means is that as we stand on the 40th anniversary of the Stonewall uprisings, we have the opportunity, 40 years of Stonewall, right? This affords us an opportunity for unprecedented activism. We get to take to the streets. We get to take our messages into the homes of our families and friends to wage this war until the war is won. We've lost this battle, but the war is not over. The war will not be over until we have full equality in the state of California. So like I said,
thank you, Valerie, and thank you for being out here tonight. And November, and I cannot begin to tell you what it was like to see the faces of people who had been together 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and saying those words in front of family and friends. It was amazing, and as much as I have always supported marriage equality, that experience makes me know how important marriage is and how important every single person has the right to celebrate it. So you have my commitment as mayor of West Hollywood, and I'm joined by my
2010, 2010, 2010, 2010, 2010, 2010.
Stand for equality for all!
Here we are again. So over the weekend, I intellectually processed in my head that we were going to lose today. And I reconciled that in my head. But this morning at 10 o'clock, I got a sucker punch right in the midsection from the California Supreme Court. And a sucker punch that I wasn't quite expecting to feel as I felt. And as the day began to go on, I started to see, standing right back up, ready to fight once again. The Constitution of the state of California was intended to be used as. It was intended to stand for something, for equality, for justice, for liberty. Because if our rights can be stripped away, who's next? Abortion rights? Racial minorities? Immigrants? Who's next on the radar screen of the far right? We have been criminalized over and over again by Anita Bryant, and now by Carrie Pragian, by beauty queen after beauty queen. But we have never turned away from a battle or from a fight.
Where's Obama? Where's Obama? Where's Obama? Where's Obama?
he speaks fluent Korean, and he's a graduate of West Point. He is an Iraq War veteran and a native of Southern California. Recently, citing lessons learned at West Point, he made the conscious decision to place honesty and morality above all and speak his mind. What he said was 3 little words: I am gay. For being honest and who he is threatened with losing his job, and we could lose a very valuable and honorable soldier. Please welcome to the stage Lieutenant Dan Choi.
ولكن انت عبد لمن تحب لأنك تحب، وإن تعبد لمن يحبك لأنه يحبك. You are free. You are free before the noonday sun. You are free before the moon, and you're free before the stars. You're free when there is no sun, and you are free when there's no moon and when there ain't a single star. But you are a slave. You are a slave to the one you love because you love him. And you are a slave to the one you love. I'm a soldier. Love is worth fighting for. Love is worth it. Love is worth it. Love is worth it. Love is worth it. Love is worth it.
That voted against love, it's worth every single effort.
I hope you will meet me tonight at the 11. We'll do a fundraiser for Meet in the Middle. I hope to see you at Fresno on Saturday for Meet in the Middle.
As deep as you possibly can, because to continue this fight and to move our struggle for full equality forward is going to take money. And so we're asking that you donate tonight to continue this fight.
I'm now loyal to. Hold up your flags. I'd like you to meet the person who was my wife yesterday and thank goodness is still my wife today, Diane Olson. I'd like to thank you very much. Thank you for sticking to the Constitution. Movement has ever lost, ever. So it's not a matter of being on the streets. We have got to stop saying, please give us our rights. Power is never given. Power has to be taken. I will be with, I will be in front, I will be. We can demand that President Obama and the Democratic Congress do what they promised us, and that's repeal DOMA. Because if they don't give us all civil rights, the only divorce you're going to see.
We came together to do this legal fight together. We had standing with us before the California Supreme Court, not only that we're equal, but we're loving and we're beautiful. We protect the country.
And speaking of family, we have a family with us here tonight on stage.
Hey everybody, how you doing? You look amazing out there. It's great to see everybody. And now my husband, Duncan. And Watson. We know
but another couple just like us cannot get married in California today or tomorrow.
Let me tell you, parenting is filled with dividends, with rewards that we never ever predicted. Of all my life choices, next to choosing to marry this man, the smartest thing I've ever done was to become a daddy to Watson. Now, this last weekend we went camping. We cooked our meals over a propane stove, we swam in a river, and we counted thousands of stars as the sun went down. And at times like that, it's easy to forget about a marriage license, or about a Supreme Court, or about an election that directly targets my ability to protect my family. As we came back to
LGBT rights, sponsoring resolutions calling for marriage equality, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and the Defense of Marriage Act, and calling on the...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I might say the Los Angeles City Council today unanimously supported the Harvey Milk Day, and we're sending that back up to Sacramento. I am angry and outraged that the Supreme Court failed to protect our civil and human rights. This is an injustice that cannot stand. We have a mayor in our great city who unequivocally stands beside us and works with us on our basic civil and human rights. It's an honor to present to you, my honor, the great mayor of LA, Antonio Villaraigosa.
Good to be here in West Hollywood. And earlier today, I traveled to Sacramento to help address a budget crisis caused by a broken system of state government in California. While I was there, I got word of the Supreme Court's decision to uphold Proposition 8. Side with the voices of bigotry and discrimination. To say that the future of thousands of California families, thousands of committed couples and parents can and should be determined by the will of a bare majority of voters. And the chilling truth kept creeping back into my mind. When a bare majority can strip away a fundamental right, yet it takes 2/3 vote to pass a budget, our system is fundamentally broken. And here, always opened up the path, always expanded rights. Today we mourn a system that denies a whole group of people the fundamental right to marry, to love, to raise a family and children. This morning, the people charged with protecting our most cherished values, preserving our greatest liberties, the same men and women who took one small step forward for marriage equality 1 year ago, took one giant leap backward with today's decision. Because when the bonds of love can be undone at the ballot box, that is not justice. When an entire group can see its hopes and dreams stripped away by the will of an intolerant majority, that is not justice. When a court, a state, a community of voters can turn caring, committed couples in this decision. The Supreme Court made one thing abundantly clear. Justice will ultimately rest in the hands of the people. And believe it or not, that gives me hope. because I know that we're not here today just to demonstrate. We're not here today just to get a few cameras and shine the light on this dark moment in California history. We're here to change the tide of history. We're here with hope in our hearts. We're here with the determination para trabajar con los legisladores para resolver el crisis del presupuesto causado por un sistema roto. Un sistema que pone el proceso de balancear el presupuesto en manos de pocos votos en la legislatura. Cuando estaba en Sacramento me fijé, pueden negar a un grupo de californios el derecho fundamental de casarse, de crear una familia, de tener niños, y con un supermayoría tenemos que pasar un presupuesto. Este sistema está roto fundamentalmente y estamos aquí a decir que vamos a trabajar, que vamos a conversar, que vamos a hacer todo lo posible en todos los rincones de este estado. Vamos a tener conversaciones dentro de nuestras familias.
May it chip away at people who put these hurdles in our paths. I am defined by gay people my entire life. Children need families, people need to be in love, and we have to take steps forward, not backward. I want to live in a world where Prop 8 doesn't exist, and I ask these people the question, what defines a family? We do. Thank you. I'm honored to be in your presence.
After World War II, he and his family, together with 120,000 other Japanese Americans, were placed behind the barbed wire enclosures of the United States. George Takei.
Exactly 1 year ago from this month, our Supreme Court, the California Supreme Court, ruled that marriage is a fundamental constitutional right that extends to all people, including gays and lesbians. At that time, we were having lunch, and Brad and I had I had my mouth full of ham sandwich. And we were watching CNN. And the minute the word came down, suddenly Brad dropped out of sight. He got on his knees right in front of me. And he asked, "Will you marry me?" My mouth was full of sandwich, but I couldn't talk. But I said, "Shucks, I meant to ask you." It was a glorious day. Our Supreme Court was our hero, shining, glowing Supreme Court. And last June, we got our marriage license right here, together with hundreds of other joyous people in absolute rapture. It was a beautiful, glorious morning. And this morning, he's telling me to swallow the mic. The Supreme Court ruled, they decided that they're going to be indecisive. They ruled that our marriages and the 18,000 other couples who got married before Proposition 8, our marriages will stand, but our friends and others who want to get married, who are gay and lesbian, cannot get married. It's like that novel Animal Farm.
this point.